welcome to the end of Epic Mickey Month. This time, instead of talking about the little things in the game, let's talk about the game itself. Epic Mickey is a very fantastic game. I remember seeing the trailer for it and it was unlike anything I've ever seen before. I always thought Disney was one of the happiest places on Earth, not Silent Hill. However, many years later, it's not scary for me anymore and I can still enjoy the game. The game has a lot of good things about it and we're going to talk about them today. Let's start as usual with the story. The main appeal of this game was that it's a darker and more adult take on the cartoon icon, and it really is that, mature and dark. The story centers on Mickey finding a hidden workshop run by young Sid, the wizard from Fantasia. Mickey then sees that Sid created a world for forgotten Disney characters. Then Mickey decides to mess around with it and accidentally creates the Shadow Plot. Mickey, you had one job! He runs away from the workshop, and a couple years later, the Shadow Plot grabs Mickey and pulls him into a mysterious place called Wasteland. Fun fact number 1. The date of when Mickey finds the workshop and when he goes to Wasteland actually marks his birthday, November 18th. Interesting. When Mickey wakes up, he finds a bunch of characters, including your companion and guide, Gremlin Gus, the two main villains, the Mad Doctor and the Shadow Plot again, and my personal favorite, Oswald. The story keeps you invested and is one of my favorites in 3D platformers and games in general. But the best part about the game is that it's what Shadow the Hedgehog tried to do, but this game did it better. And that is having different choices that will affect the story. For example, you could save a gremlin trapped in a safe, or crush someone with that said safe. It's totally up to you. There are no multiple endings, just different variations on the original ending, so it's more forgivable to younger gamers. Presentation-wise, this game is one of the best-looking Wii games to date, alongside games such as Super Mario Galaxy and Skyward Sword. I mean it, the game really looks that good. You can tell this was made by Disney, but it doesn't really look like Disney. Wow, that line was unbelievably stupid. What I mean is that Junction Point really put a lot of effort into designing the levels and characters, and it comes out almost spectacular. Notice how I say almost. Fun fact number 2. In the E3 trailer of the game, the Mad Doctor was wearing his black coat, just like he did in his original short, The Mad Doctor. This was changed due to the developers not wanting to confuse him with the Shadow Plot. Yeah, he looks like it. And why it's almost spectacular can be traced back to the fact that this game can be really dark in some places. Not dark in the story, but of the lighting in some areas. It can almost be impossible to see, and you could get an angry death because of a bottomless pit you couldn't see. Also, the camera can freak out at some points. The music is very memorable, with some of my favorites being Pirates of the Wasteland, the final boss theme, and the credit scene. The presentation is fantastic, even though the camera and lighting are pretty dull. The second main appeal of this game was its unique mechanic of paint and thinner. Paint allows you to create platforms or restore pieces of land, and thinner allows you to destroy everything. Wow! My apologies for that. The game also has some elements of Zelda. There's a lot of side quests to do, with some of my favorites being the horse mysteries and the one guy who gives those Silent Hill-esque riddles. They're very clever and challenging. Also, just like Zelda, there are shops filled with pins and e-tickets and all that sort of Disney stuff. Now, this isn't an adventure game, but a platformer, so that's all the Zelda-like stuff. However, the platforming isn't too great. It's not bad, but it's kind of forgettable. The developers seem to put more focus into exploration and combat rather than platforming. However, the exploration bits are really good too. Fun fact number 3. Originally, if Mickey used too much thinner in his original form, he would transform into Thinner Mickey, where every evil action he does would erase his paint on his body and showed more of his outline. This was scrapped due to the developers not wanting to show him as a hero. That's good because that design really creeps me out. Finally, you have these things called Guardians. Yeah, I wish. That help you paint or thin out enemies really quickly. The gameplay in Epic Mickey combines elements from multiple games and it's really good. Epic Mickey is an underrated gem that any Disney fan should try. Even people who aren't fans of Disney should give it a try. This game is like if you added Kingdom Hearts plus Heavy Rain plus Legend of Zelda plus Super Mario. It has the Disney element of Kingdom Hearts, the different choices of Heavy Rain, the combat and items of Legend of Zelda, and the platforming of Mario. Epic Mickey is one of my favorite games of all time that anyone can enjoy. I'm the Pop Fizz Kid, and thank you all for watching Epic Mickey Month. This really took a lot of steam out of me, so I'm gonna take a few weeks off. See y'all then! Well, I did it. I made it through this entire month without making one Kingdom Hearts reference. Cred.